true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you, Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. The Director of Radio Biafra. And the Supreme Commander of the Armies of Biafra. MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The evening broadcast, live, and direct, on the 8th day of May, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran restoration websites at www.ipob.org, and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org, to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember
Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet. I delight once again in welcoming each and every one of you, irrespective of where you are, not minding where you are domiciled, to another very exciting edition of Radio Biafra, live uninterrupted transmission on this very day, the 8th day of May in the year of our Lord 2015. The time here now is approximately 11 minutes past 7 p.m. in the evening. We must welcome you. As I welcome you, you will also welcome other people as well. You will notify them as to exactly how you are listening to Radio Biafra. You will also be able to tell them that we are live on CHK 97.6 Biafra FM. If they are in Igbo, that the white man named Port Harcourt, they can get us on 87.9. They can also get us on 88.0. We happen to be also a satellite broadcaster because all over Africa, Southern Europe, and also in the Middle East, you can receive Radio Biafra live transmission via satellite as well. We are on Eutelsat, we are on Arab satellite, we are on Amos satellite as well, orbiting this very planet and relaying to you irrespective of where you are, as long as you are accessible to a free-to-air decoder. You will be able to receive Radio Biafra on satellite. We are also online, therefore you can listen to us via your mobile phone, data allowance of course permitting. You can use your mobile device to listen to Radio Biafra either through FM or via www.radiobiafra.co. We are also on www.ipob.org. IPOB is for Indigenous People of Biafra. We are also there on the website www.indigenouspeopleofbiafra.org. We are also on rblworld.tv. If you are lost or confused, please go to tunein.com and download TuneIn app. Our name is Radio Biafra. Oh, when Kendi Ozonde Awusa hiwere makadega mama kahanwike gobunu. In order to deflect your mind from the purity of this very gospel, there is another Awusa sponsored station in order to try to destroy the work that Chukwu Abiyama in heaven ordained must be preached on this very earth. We have come without fear before our enemies. We have come with no intention of going back. Therefore, there can never be any retreat. Neither are we going to relinquish nor surrender this very most noble of enterprises. We are not only incorruptible, by which I mean we do not know corruption or lies. Here we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. Incorruptible. The banner of incorruptibility we wear with every pride and with every conviction. That is why Biafra will come. Chukwu Abiyama has found it worthy to ask us to come. Only him determined that we should come. And having come, we must serve you. Therefore, allow me to acknowledge your presence by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and also good night to some of you. The ones in the far eastern part of the world who are today also preparing for what is to come on the 30th of May. I cannot feel it yet. It is as if people are not preparing as well as they should when it comes to the 30th of May. We want you to up your game wherever you are. We want you to advance all your preparations and your arrangements to ensure that we recognize, acknowledge, and of course, offer praise and thanks to Chukwu Abiyama for the lives of those that fought and died for us. We must honor them. On the 30th of May of 2015, we will honor them all around this very planet. We will do justice to their memory. We shall, of course, continue as time permits us to sing their praises. But Chukwu Abiyama alone do we worship. That is why we offer him praise. That is why we offer him adoration and adulation. That is why we have come to submit all that we are today, likely to be tomorrow, and any time in the future, to the mercy and the grace of the throne of heaven. Therefore, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, ekekele igwe n'ụwa basibi n'igwe, nna eze onye ebube, na ngozi na n'otuto na n'ịja mma niile onye nwe m na Chineke. Anyị na-akpọku aha nsọ nke gị. Anyị na-erubere gị isi, na-akpụ isi ala nye gị n'ihi na onweghị onye ọzọ anyị ga-efe ma ọ bụ naanị gị Jehovah. Only you are we going to worship. Therefore, we present before you this very evening. We are fallible. We are blemished. But we trust in you and not in man. Therefore, this very entity, this very sceptered land that you bequeathed to our ancestors, this very place that when you were bringing us to, there was no Awusa Fulani anywhere to be seen. But we became so sinful that the very uncircumcised, the very, very Gentile, that is, the white people, British especially, they came, they pillaged, they killed, they colonized, and they handed over your children to those who don't know you. They handed us over to those people. And here we are today. We cannot even worship you properly. We are petitioning you, Chukwu Abiyama, in heaven. Please have mercy upon us. Have mercy upon your children. As we sang when we were younger, please, my Lord, be merciful unto your children. This wasn't your plan for us. There was no time you created us to become subservient. Can you? How can your children be slaves? How can your children, your handiwork, the people that you made, how can they become subservient to those who don't worship you? Unthinkable. Is there anything that you want us to do that we are not doing? Is there any other special way? Chukwu Abiyama binigwe. In what way have we wronged you? Are you not merciful anymore? Why are we being humiliated? Why are we being shamed this very way? We call upon your grace with every authority bestowed in us as your children to ask you to come down here to give us the courage, the strength, and the fortitude to resist this very evil that is fast advancing and enveloping your children. Never forget that we represent the light. You created us to bring light to this very darkened and hate-filled continent. The time has come for you to make us whole once again. We have sinned and we have confessed openly. We call upon you. We have nobody else if not you. Chukwu okike abịama. We have nobody else. Nobody else. We have nobody. That is why we come to you. You are not man, Ibu Chineke. Please be merciful. Please raise your children from all over the world, from IPOB families all over this very planet. Give them the vision, the wisdom, the understanding to discern what is to come, and to render every help at their disposal to ensure that your glory will be witnessed upon this very earth, as was prayed for by Yahweh Yeshua, that your kingdom will come and your will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. So Biafra kana your Chineke. I don't want money. I don't want anything to do with wealth. All I want is Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. We are not doing anything with wealth and riches. So when you have absolutely nothing. All we ask for is Biafra. That your name may be worshipped, that you may be praised. Mankind, because of Biafra, will come back to you once again. They will say, we did everything to stop them, but they prevailed. That means that their God is very, very strong. And when they come to us and ask us, please tell us the name of this your God, we tell them, Chukwu okike abịama. We do so that your name may be praised now and to eternity. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I lead the indigenous people of Biafra. I command her armies, all of them, bar none, and there are many. In the same token, I remain very submissively the director of Radio Biafra. We cannot do what we do if not by his grace. Therefore, by the very special grace of Chukwu okike abịama, I will now and forever remain your very faithful and loyal servant, making sure we discharge our duties the way we have been guided in spirit. We have never failed before. We are not going to fail. That I can assure you. Because Chukwu abịama asked us to come. There is no way he can ask us to come and then decide to disgrace us. It's not possible. That is all we pray for. Give us strength. Give us fortitude. Give us wisdom. Give us grace. Chukwu abịama. Nyanya amamihe kata amamihe niile. Amamihe nke pụrụ iche. Ka anyị ga-eji were fee ha nsọ ofufe. Kowa niile ma na Ibu Chineke. That's all we ask for. The barrister will come to me when he is able to do so. For now, I will proceed to bring you our news headlines. Once again, it is very simple. The same story every blessed day. The same story do we bring to you. Because anything you hear from Radio Biafra is true. Ozioma Chineke kopo. Okunso. Kuoto kukinye. We have nothing to do with darkness. Anyị no chichire nwege mmekọ ọbụla. Anyị bụ ndị eziokwu ụmụ Chineke. Here we speak it. And by the time we present our news to those of filled with satanic spirit. They are confused. They can't understand it. Because in the end, ultimately, we bring you to the inescapable conclusion that Radio Biafra is always right. What I find fascinating, the reason why I know that Radio Biafra is a global phenomenon, is this. Any issue we take up, people always jump to it after a short while. Before we go to it, it will be there lying dormant and fallow. If not for Radio Biafra, there is no way the world would have risen up to the understanding that Obama is fake. That is the terrorist in disguise at the White House. People were saying, oh, don't say that, it's not very good. You can't even go to America. What you're saying? I am telling you this now, before any other news platform in the world carried any critique of Obama, Radio Biafra said it first. I don't give a damn if he's a black man, and so bloody what? And so what, I ask you? What matters is the policy that men pursue, not the color of their skin or where they come from. If you merit a position, then you get it. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. I don't belong to the school of thought that this quota presidency that Obama is enjoying, and with it is Islamizing the whole world. We told you on Radio Biafra that Second Niger Bridge was fake, if you remember. When people were asking us, why don't you want us to vote for Jonathan? We said to them, because Jonathan made a promise and he did not deliver. Not that he didn't have the money. I can understand if you make a promise and you couldn't deliver because the money is not there. It's understandable. But there was money. Jonathan was busy building airport at Duse. Is it Duse they call it? Airport. Brand spanking new. He commissioned it. He was busy developing infrastructure everywhere else apart from Biafra land. He came and made a promise. I will build Second Niger Bridge or I will go on exile. He's about to go on exile. We told Igbo people, that there was no Second Niger Bridge. They didn't listen. I came on air again and I said to them, I have been to the bridge at Naija, entering into Asaba. There is no Second Niger Bridge. Oh, what are you saying? Can't you see it on the internet? I said, I don't do news presentation based on pictures on internet. We base it on facts and figures. Oh no, what are you saying? That I can see second. Jonathan came and said, I am satisfied with the progress of Second Niger Bridge. Surprise, surprise. Do you know what our signature headline is today? In fact, I'm going to delve more into the brain of an Igbo person. An average Igbo idiot. Some of you are very good. I do apologize. Don't feel bad. Some of you are fantastic. As I said yesterday, our people are actually great. I am being honest with you. Somebody was educating me today, telling me instances in history where our people have been exceptionally charitable. That we are people that give. We are charitable people. And I cast my mind back to remember when a community will come together and put money together to give somebody scholarship to travel abroad to study. I remember when D. Jacob Alozie came back. We thought he went to study to become a PhD holder. The father was a warrant chief and owned most of Igbo anyway. D. Jacob came back. If you come from Isama for Quebec, you know what I'm talking about. D. Jacob came back with the train. He was in a special coach all the way from Igbocha to Umuahia. He got to Ibeku. He came out of the station. Women took off their, they tie two-piece wrapper. Every woman took off one piece of her wrapper she was tying and put on the floor for the Jacob to walk on. Ask anybody, they will tell you. He was a legend being told to us. My grandmother said yes. She was one of the women. They took off their wrapper and put it on the floor, on the ground, so that the Jacob will not touch, her feet will not strike the ground. Our people are good people. Come on, there are evil people. They are the ones we are after, not the good ones. Some of you are Igbo and you're very good. We are saying that. From the work you have done for IPOB, you are very good people. This is not for you. We are talking about the very dangerous and virulent but vocal minority. bringing disgrace, shame, and dishonor upon our people, upon the children, the chosen children of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama Igwe. Do you know what they're saying today? Everything I tell you on Radio Biafra is true. Everything that Ucheme from my deputy tells you on Radio Biafra is correct. Everything Barrister Man Mesu tells you is correct. Everything Engineer Ranya, our COC, tells you is correct. There is nobody who is a regular commentator on Radio Biafra that will ever tell you lies here on air. It's impossible. Why am I saying all this evening before giving you the headline? Why am I saying it? It's because everything we tell you is correct. Is Yoku Kobo. If you don't believe what you hear on Radio Biafra, it means you are possessed by Lucifer. And you know what the headline is? I'll give it to you. Jonathan deceived Ndibo on second Niger bridge. Ohaneze is now telling Buhari. Why did you not vote for me? Buhari is asking them. You know, Ohaneze, Awaramuna, Gwande, and Dioshi. Very hungry people. You know, if I was the leader of Ohaneze, you know what I would do? I would say to Buhari, to hell with you. I voted for Jonathan because he's my brother. Highest thing is that 8 years you get away from there. Some other person will go in if the zoo doesn't break before then. And what will happen to you? Nothing. You will have honor. You may be poor, but you will have respect and dignity. But what have they done? Okay, so now Banyenaji. That is why I call them Ohaneze Ndi Atoro Nandioshi. Ohaneze Ndi Atoro. Owunkendi Ibokunubo. Ndioshi. They have crawled. In fact, there was a very hilarious picture. They were prostrating, lying on the floor in front of Buhari. People without shame and honor. People don't know the meaning of honor. You think honor is to acquire chieftaincy title. Honor is doing what is right, no matter the consequence. You stand on your pride and on your dignity as a man, as the representative of a major clan within Biafra land. Una Sokuru Kandioshi, which you are. I'm sure Buhari must have told you, how about the 5 billion you were sharing? What happened to it? There is no honor. Jonathan have actually left office. You know, there is no honor among thieves. They have gone to tell Buhari, oh, forgive us, so we are Ndibo, Ohaneze, and they are Toron and Dioshi. Please forgive us. Look at how Ohaneze keeps disgracing themselves. Don't they have advisors? Ohaneze, if you don't have anything if you don't have anything to say, you shut up your mouth. If you have not, you are a disgrace to Igbo speaking people. Ohaneze and their Toro. You people are bringing shame upon that very name. Igbo. Shameless fools. You're telling Buhari about Niger Bridge. Did we not tell you on Radio Biafra that there was no Niger Bridge? Couldn't you have traveled from Naija to Asaba to find out if there was one? We told you there was no bridge. Don't go out to vote. Vote. Today you're going to beg. You're going to beg Buhari. Please give us one slot on our Prime Minister. Mad people. Jonathan deceived Ndibo, according to Ohaneze, on second Niger Bridge. They are now telling Buhari, forgive us. If we had known, we would have voted for APC. Is that how men should talk? There is no honor. None whatsoever. If you want, let us experiment. I will close down Radio Biafra. I will order every IPOB family in the world to stand down. To give you 5 years. Nothing will happen. You can't do nothing. If you go to prayer, pray for IPOB. Indigenous people of without them. If you want, we try. Now we're now like a cowboy. No. We are telling you what is factually accurate. We must continue. Jonathan deceived us. We told you so on Radio Biafra, didn't we? And what did you do? There was no second Naija bridge. We kept reporting it on Radio Biafra. Why will you go to even bother voting? We don't want you to vote. Even the second Naija bridge, you want to, or it is not there. There is no. You won't listen. If it goes in through one ear, typical stubborn goats, it will go out of the other one. You don't listen. You think you're smart, but you know nothing. Jonathan deceived us. Igbo people are begging Buhari. People without shame. People without honor or dignity. Does it matter? They said if you vote in the terrorist, terrorism will stop. You know, if you want to catch a thief, use it. If you want to stop terrorists, vote in a terrorist. Or the rigging a terrorist. But today, a suicide bomber have struck a school in Potiskum. I told Buhari, and I will repeat tonight, of course he listens to Radio Biafra, or those following him who are listening to Radio Biafra, go and tell your terrorist Oga, Muhammadu Buhari, the terrorist, go and tell this very terrorist a very simple thing. You can never stop terrorism. Terrorism is like incurable cancer. Once it comes in, it never ever goes away. Never. Terrorism will never ever leave Hausa Fulani people, because Islam itself encourages terrorism. That is something you must understand. That is something you must know. We continue. A suicide bomber struck a school in Potiskum from Boko Haram, the same group being sponsored by Buhari. Obama said, oh, leave Buhari. If he goes in, we trust this man. If he goes in, then the problem of insecurity will stop. Obama should know better. Even CIA should have known better that voting in a terrorist or rigging a terrorist into power is no panacea. It is no panacea for insecurity. It can never stop. After all, when America asked the Mujahideen that later turned into the Taliban in Afghanistan to stop the desktop, those of you thinking that Buhari, having created or having sponsored Boko Haram or mentored Boko Haram, he will just tell them, oh, stop, and they will stop. You're dreaming. You are a dreamer. I will give you an example. It was the CIA and the Americans that groomed Osama bin Laden when they were fighting the Russians in Afghanistan. They were fighting the communists in Afghanistan. Now, when Osama bin Laden grew up, he developed his own Al-Qaeda. In fact, they meshed it into Taliban. They started their executions, their killings, their murderous outrage all over the world. What did you do? America said, oh, they called Osama bin Laden, his phone was switched off. They kept saying, oh, but you need to stop this. We helped you to fight Russia. You must. The man told them it's too late. They asked Osama bin Laden, why are you upset? He said, you brought your tanks and your men into the holy land of Saudi Arabia. Most of you don't know this, do you? I'm giving you privileged information. Go and do your research. You will call RadioBiafra and say, of course, director, you're correct. Of course, I'm correct. Because we are learned, educated people. We research our news before we give it to you. America begged Obama to, or is the same thing anyway. America begged Osama bin Laden to stop. He said no. Meanwhile, Osama bin Laden's family was doing business with the Bush family in America. They're into heavy construction. The bin Laden family, very rich. They said, oh, can you tell your son to stop? They said, oh, we are sorry. He's in Afghanistan. No, we can't reach him on the phone. Al-Qaeda was growing like a hydra-headed monster all over the world. America called him and said, stop. He said no, until the Twin Towers came down. The same thing. Although America groomed Osama bin Laden, they couldn't control him. The same way that Buhari is the mentor of Boko Haram, he cannot control Boko Haram. And today we are reporting a suicide bomber have blown up a school in Potiskum. Buhari cannot stop it. The zoo is finished. And this is Radio Biafra, reporting on the demise of the Zoological Republic. If you're joining us for the very first time, you don't know what a zoo is. A zoo is called Nigeria. Nigeria is a fabrication in the mind of a white man called Frederick Lugard that came to West Africa and decided to experiment with people by giving them a new name and a new country. The only place in the whole world where boundaries were drawn artificially, not developed or defended organically, the same way that states rise through civilization, only in Africa. Your name is now Nigeria, and every baboon is jumping up. That is what, even including the so-called Nobel laureate, including professors. Who are you? I mean, Nigeria, no, we are a proud nation. What a joke. What an utter pathetic joke it is. After Potiskum, for those thinking, oh, Buhari will curtail insecurity, gunman has now opened fire on a school in Yobe. They are saying no to Western education. Schools are being hit. Buhari, fulfill your promise to bring in Sharia. Maybe they will leave you alone. And coming to the favorite subject of the zoo. As I was telling somebody today, the zoo called Nigeria is not corrupt. Corruption is the zoo called Nigeria. Corruption is the zoo. And zoo is corruption. Inspector General of Police orders monitoring of officers because everybody, the zoo police, there is nobody who is not corrupt. The Nigerian police, from the first, from Inspector General of Police to the last Inspector General of Toilet, everybody is corrupt. Now he's saying we are going to monitor officers. These are people who are meant to be defending the laws of the land. People don't understand why we want Biafra. I don't want to be in a country with people like Nigerian police in it. The zoo police. A policeman is meant to be defending the law. A zoo policeman is corruption himself or herself. My goodness me. Things has fallen apart for Desia and Alison Madheke. And she is being sued for 1 billion naira. Alison Madeke said, is that not what you said? I tell you what comes out of somebody's mouth, not what is reported. Today your wife is being sued. You are sweating, isn't it? The criminal and the thief. Obasanjo Foundation sacks trustee implicated in money laundering deal. And reports out to London police. Obasanjo's money laundering scheme. The zoo is full of fraud. The zoo is full of fraud. For your information. The zoo cannot afford humanitarian crisis. According to the International Committee of the Red Cross. The zoo is down. It can no longer afford another crisis, but crisis must come. A place where they don't obey laws anymore, do they? There's a man called Adeshino. How he broke presidential order on rice importation. Before they started to talk about rice importation, it was on RadioBiafra, you heard it first. We were saying to them, how can you be importing rice when you can give the same money to Adani people to grow rice and Tabakaliki to feed everybody, improve their yield, improve the quality of the seed they're using to plant? Why can't you give them the money? But no, you give it to Dangote to import Dangote rice. After all, Jigawa owns Bayelsa Oil. The zoo communication satellite workers petitioned the zoo government over privatization and job losses. You know what they do here? When you want to leave office, you get 1 or 2 companies and hand over to your friends, and you call it privatization. That's what they do. As a head of state, if you're leaving office, you just maybe find NEPA and the telecom and sell it off to your friends so that they can make you non-executive director. Later on, you can come back and be eating your own money. That is the level of evil in the hearts of men in the zoo called Nigeria. Police intercept an Ivorian smuggled to Spain inside a suitcase. People are so desperate to leave Africa. Have you asked yourself, why are people desperate to leave Africa? Because Africa is horrible. The sun, the heat from the sun is intense. Everything here is awful. The heat, everything here is just terrible. And I'm sad that things are the way they are. A man smuggled to Spain in a suitcase. How sad. We continue. This is Radio Biafra. We are now going to present to you the news in greater detail. The time now is approximately, should I say, 14 minutes to 8 p.m. in the evening. 14 to 8 in the evening. Or should I say, 7:45 in the evening. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. Across the whole world, people are listening. They are listening on their radio, CHK, Biafra FM, 97.6 or 87.9 if you're in Igbo, or 88.0 if you're also in Igbo. We are on satellite. I've said this thing to you before. I don't know if you're listening or not. Let me repeat. Only Radio Biafra right now, this very evening, is broadcasting on radio, on satellite, and online at the same time. I repeat. In the whole of the Africa. If you like, go and test it now. There is Google. That is why it's there. Internet. Go and search for it now. Only Radio Biafra right now, this time around, it is 14 minutes to 8 p.m. in the evening here. Only Radio Biafra can boast that we are on radio, we are on satellite, and we are online simultaneously at the same time, which means that wherever you are in the world and you want to listen to Radio Biafra, you can. Not recorded, but live. That is how formidable we are. That is how exceptionally formidable we are. Jonathan deceived Igbo on 2nd Niger Bridge, according to Ohaneze. They are begging Buhari. That is our signature headline. Can see Jonathan looking like a mumu. That man is an imbecile. One day you will understand and say, oh, but we had it before on Radio Biafra. We thought he was abusing people. What do you know? Do you have light in your village? The answer is no. You're a baboon or a monkey. Somewhere. Go and sit down somewhere. Jonathan is an imbecile. An absolute a moron. If you wish somebody like Jonathan to be your president, it means you are a worse fool. Oh, leave him now. He's there. He's our brother. He's to protect our interest. Interest how? You can't build ordinary 2nd Niger Bridge. What interest are you protecting? Can you reason? Do you think politics is sentiment? Ohaneze, we told them don't go out to vote. You will get more respect. Oh, for the Susuru, poor. Nupuisi, as usual. For 250 naira. Today you're crying. Can you tell them on Radio Biafra to announce that they have not paid us our salary? But when we told you not to vote, did you listen? You didn't pay attention now. For the 9% of you that wanted to go and vote. Because a majority of you did not vote, and we commend you for it. But Ohaneze, all that work you did, Ohaneze and Atre Brugo Batakwa 6. Let us tell you what the idiots are saying, Ohaneze and Atron and Yushi. Fools. Ohaneze Igbo caretaker committee yesterday told the terrorist elect, the Hausa Fulani man, Muhammadu Buhari, he is not my president, he's your own. I'm a Biafran, he's not Biafran president. I can't call him president. He's a terrorist. So my name for him is terrorist elect. After 29th of May, I'll be calling him a terrorist. The terrorist president of the zoo. Because he is a certified, he opened his mouth and confirmed he's a terrorist. Any attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. What does that mean? That Boko Haram is a legitimate group. This is what somebody opened their mouth to utter. And today, he's answering to the president of the zoo. By the time you realize it will be too late as usual. Oh, he deceived us, so he never knew before. I thought he said I was insulting people on Radio Biafra. So you have now come to your senses. The other one. Ohaneze and Atron and Dioshi, their caretaker committee yesterday told the president-elect, General Muhammadu Buhari, that President Jonathan Torahashi, he lied to them. Ohaneze is telling Buhari, please, Buhari, we want money and appointment from you. We didn't vote for you because Jonathan deceived us. So now you know. All these years, RadioBiafra have been saying that 2nd Niger Bridge is a fraud. You didn't realize that? Oh, dear me. Anyway, Ndi Igbo have gone to Ohaneze Caretaker Committee. I will repeat. They went to Buhari to beg him. They told Buhari, President Jonathan lied to Igbo nation about awarding contract for the construction of Second Niger Bridge and major federal roads in the southeast. Listing Enugu Oka Onisha Expressway, Jonathan could not build it. Enugu Umuahia Aba Expressway to Port Harcourt, Jonathan could not build it either. Then why were some of you even mentioning Jonathan's name? Because you're foolish. Up till now, no work has been done on Enugu Onitsha Expressway. No work has been done on it's patch. You see one or two Arabs in the Kora. They pour sand on the road. They use earth moving. They run around and they go. If you want construction workers, it's Lebanese that will build road for you. Do they have a history of construction? The answer is no. Mad people. Even in the one they are and they are everywhere. Lunatics. I despise you people, honestly. Not IPOB, of course, they're very special before God in heaven and men here on earth. Chukwu Abiyama, I mean to say. You have to excuse me. After a while, this God business will leave me. Ohaneze went further to say that no financial commitment has been made by the government of the Zoological Republic to commence the construction of the Second Niger Bridge, saying that those were deceptive campaign message to Ndibo. Now you know, I was telling you it was a lie. I told Ohaneze, why can't people reason? These are the idiots that Ifajuna is supporting. The campaign manager for Jonathan is Ifajuna Rafael was LIKE of Basop. Basop was campaigning for Jonathan. What has Jonathan done for you? He said he gave Ojukwu befitting burial. Can't the one make freedom fighting? You are doing freedom fighting. You don't know that you need to be an intellectual to do freedom fighting. You must be able to reason. What did Jonathan do for you? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Apart from giving was LIKE 80 million naira. Is he denying it? Call your useless Ifajuna. How much money did Jonathan give you for Masop to campaign for him? Can't the freedom fighting? Mad people. It's more like a social club for criminals than a freedom fighting outfit. Lunatics. The guys who she delunu. Isugidoshi Biafra bia. As I'm saying, Iguida Boma Biafra we kabia. Nka we Isugidoshi make the kidnapping. Masop, you keep kidnapping and keep stealing. Oh, and on Biafra will come. You're a dreamer. You are dreaming. Mad people everywhere. We continue. This is our signature headline. Please, you must forgive me. I want to dwell on this very piece of news very well. And I wish that the very eminent barrister can come and join me later. It's added that no financial commitment has been made by the zoo government to commence the construction. None whatsoever. They will go and pick up sand somewhere. They will pour into the river. They were brought to build a bridge. Now they are basically damming the river, pouring sand inside it, and it's now as shallow as anything you can think of. Bridge construction indeed. Oh my goodness, our people perish due to lack of knowledge. We are trying the best way we can on Radio Biafra to educate our people. I'm telling you. When will you learn? Do you think we can come here to lie to you? We come on Radio Biafra and then we are calling the name of God. Chukwu Abiyama, I mean to say. Do you think we can come here and be lying to you and be mentioning the name of Chukwu Abiyama? Is it because you do the same thing? So because of that, you think we can sit down here and preach to the whole world about the coming of the kingdom of heaven and be lying to you? We don't do that, please. Everything you hear from us is gospel. Now, they have woken up from deep slumber to say that what Radio Biafra was saying all along has been correct. Only now they're saying it. By going to Buhari to go and beg for position. It is very sad indeed. Very, very sad, I must say. But we must continue. Oh, my goodness me. The committee of Ohaneze made the revelation during the congratulatory visit to Buhari at the Defense House in Abuja. How many Igbo groups have now gone to Buhari? 4. 4 groups. Igbo leaders of thought led by Ike Dife. The other one called Igbo Assembly led by God knows who. The other one is Igbo Forum. Now it's Ohaneze and Igbo. 4. Only them. Who's a mother? No. There's something happening in Biafra. Okoko Sebo Simaputenona. Agro Ogugudi Obido Biafra movement. Every idiot or Biafra leader. Man nobody who choke. Biafra leader, man. Only them. 4 delegations to India was 4. 4. 4. Others are going 1-1. Their own is 4 groups. Hungry leeches. You are disgracing yourselves and not Igbo or Igbo speaking people. It's a Igbo, which Igbo is a nation. Igbo nation. Which Igbo nation? Is it Imo and Anambra? Or does it include the Banke? How about Igwenga? If it is not Igbo, why is it called Igwenga? Mad people. How about Igbocha that you call Port Harcourt? Which Igbo nation are you talking about? People come out and are talking rubbish. There is nothing like Igbo nation. Igbo is a language spoken by a particular people. Biafra is a nation, not Igbo. The leader of the delegation is Chief Raf Wechwe, who spoke on behalf of the committee. However, told the president-elect that the Southeast was a silent supporter of his presidential ambition. Hey, Oga terrorist. Do you see what is coming out of the mouth of old men? Although we didn't vote for you, but we have been silently supporting you. Can you believe what is coming out of the mouth of these useless old men? Ohaneze and Atoron and Dioshi. A complete and utter disgrace to humanity. We do apologize for that very slight intermittency. Our systems are here. Our systems are correct, please. I despair for Hanez and Diatron and Dioshi. I will repeat the sentence so you understand it very well. They were prostrating before Nyawasanachinama without shame. They were here. Oh my goodness me. They said to Buhari, the Southeast was a silent supporter of your presidential ambition. But they didn't vote for him. Silent supporter. Some of these old men, my goodness me. My goodness me. They are making me to lose regard for our old people. Our old people used to be wise and knowledgeable. Disgracing themselves everywhere they go to. Polluting everywhere they go to. Okay, so now go and be begging Almajiri. Go and you beg everybody who is in power. You are begging for money and for relevance. Every blessed day of your lives. Lunatics. We continue. Suicide bomber have now struck a school in Potiskum. A suicide bomber has reportedly attacked the College of Administrative and Business Studies in Potiskum in Yobe State. It's been reported that the bomber died in the attack and left 7 other persons injured. My goodness me. This man entered the school with bombs and AK-47. He detonated the bomb and injured 7 people. It is being reported. So, Obama, that's a suicide bomber, in Yobe, the same Yobe, where there was no election, but Buhari won. You said Buhari will stop all these things. And I tell you today, he can never. You, America, did you stop terrorism in Afghanistan? You went into Iraq, you came out, and Iraq became, I don't know, a killing field. Did you stop terrorism in Iraq? You killed everybody, including Azakawi. Did you stop terrorism in Iraq? The answer is no. Have you stopped the one in Yemen? No. Are you about to stop the one in Syria? No. So what makes you think that these terrorists can stop terrorism in the zoo? Dreamers. They don't know we are learned. They think we are fools. Maybe they think we are Hanese. Or maybe we are like Wazurike's Masop. Anyway, because I make kidnapping deal. That's your job. After doing a bit of kidnapping here and there and talking on the newspaper and then printing currency, somehow Biafra will come from heaven. You've been doing the same rubbish for 15 years. There is nothing. You don't want to change. You're still stealing and robbing people and stealing and doing thuggery. And you think Biafra will come. Mad people. You don't know Biafra is holy. Biafra is holy. If you don't align yourself in a particular way, Biafra will never come. For your information, why am I saying this? Because it is the kingdom of God, kingdom of heaven. For your information, I think we are joking. The guys washing myself, men were kidnapping the bunch of vagabonds everywhere. Gunman opens fire on Yobe school. The other one was bomb. This one has opened fire on the school. A gunman opened fire on Friday outside the school in Potiskum, Yobe State, seriously wounding 12 students in an area reportedly targeted by Boko Haram. A police officer who witnessed the incident said, "We have evacuated 12 people with serious gunshot wounds to hospital from the scene of the shooting attack," said the officer, who requested anonymity. My goodness me. Following a wave of attacks in the city, including on schools and colleges, students of the College of Administrative and Business Studies in Potiskum must pass through security screening before entering the campus. The gunman fired on a crowd waiting at the gate to be screened, according to witnesses. They went on to say, "We had just started a class when we had gunshots coming from the direction of the gates, and we instantly realized that we were under attack, which made us to rush out of the class," according to Tijani Musa. What do they teach them in Ugawasa anyway? Has anyone ever seen an Awasa teacher before? Do you know what an Awasa? It just occurred to me now. Have you ever seen an Awasa teacher before? Because I don't know what an Awasa teacher looks like. Have you seen one? Please tell me. So all these schools they are going to in Ugawasa, who is teaching them there? Dear Chuku Abiama, please have mercy. Corruption. Inspector General of Police orders monitoring of officers. Everybody is corrupt that the police will not have to monitor the police. The acting Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, has directed the Inspector General of Police teams on monitoring of police performance to immediately commence the monitoring of activities and conduct of police officers on highways, police stations, and formations in the whole of the zoo. The directive, according to a statement by the first spokesman, Emmanuel Ojukwu, is aimed at enforcing the police anti-corruption initiative. Police anti-corruption initiative. Let me tell you what will happen. Say you're a policeman now, and you are somewhere in Badagry. You need to go to your officer and say, "Oga, you know there is this group that are forming now to monitor corruption. If you put my name there, I will make money for you." Now, these are people fighting corruption, you know. Now, the police, what's it called again? Is it Divisional Police, DPO, will now put the name of Corporal Ayetunde Adebisi to go and be part of this monitoring team. Then Ayetunde Adebisi will go somewhere. They will catch you committing fraud and taking bribe. The man will say, "If you don't," this is the man who came to monitor. Mind him, he will say to you, "If you don't give me part of that money you stole, I will report you." This is the man who has come to do anti-corruption. In the process, he is encouraging corruption. All you need to do is to give him part of the money you stole. And the case closed. They are called the Police Performance and Monitoring Team. Another word for give us the money you received in bribery and corruption so we can share it. Welcome to the zoo. Oh, the zoological republic. Things are coming away at the seams for Desiane Alison Madweke. Commodore Madweke, can you remember me? No, remember the people I sent to you, the men I sent? I thank you for seeing them. You said your wife was having fun, your family was enjoying having picnic in the morning with cornflakes. You said, well, One Simon Imobo Swam has dragged the zoo's petroleum minister or ministress, Desiane Alice Madueke, to court for unauthorized use of his identity. An Abuja-based media consultant and former newspaper editor, Simon Imobo Swam, has sued the Minister of Petroleum Resources, Desiane Alice Madueke, for libel, mischief, and unauthorized use of his name, phone number, and platform for image laundering. Image laundering. They are suing Mrs. Madueke for image laundering, using somebody as a front without the person's authorization. I told you they are all fraudulent. Everybody is a fraudster. Ndioshi everywhere. Left, right, and center, all vagabonds and criminals. Nothing seems to be working as it should. You look at them and you think they are human beings, but of course they are not. These are evil men and women. Stealing everywhere. Can you see the news about the zoo? Fraud, bribery, scandal. Fraud, bribery, thieving scandal. Petroleum subsidy. Every day is a scam. Every day something terrible is happening. Every blessed day evil is permeating every strata of society. That is why you have no electricity, no running water. Nothing is functioning because of the inherent evil. Evil are inside people. Satan. Very sad indeed that you have to engage in identity theft in order to launder your image. Things are happening, and it's a petroleum minister. Fraudulent people indeed. Everywhere is fraud. Obasanjo's foundation, fraud. Everything, every time you come across a baboon from the zoo, fraud. Everywhere, everybody. Ndioshin, everything, fraudulent. How can you survive? Nobel Prize for Literature, fraudulently acquired. Everything is a fraud. Satanic country with satanic people in it. If you are born here, to be honest, I'm telling you, the zoo is the worst place anything can be born into. The zoo. Now you see the name Nigeria. Do me a favor. Write the word Nigeria. Every day you keep looking at it. You keep looking at it. One day you will see the evil that the name connotes. There is something devilish about it. Nigeria. Devilish. The Olusegun Obasanjo Foundation on Friday said it has fired a member of its board of trustees, Anne Welsh, following shocking reports that she plotted to help some Lebanese businessmen to launder millions of dollars. You know, Obasanjo moves his money through Lebanese as well. He has money now in Vienna, in Austria. He's wondering, oh my goodness, how did they know again? How did Radio Biafra find out? Obasanjo, how much money do you have in Vienna, in Austria? If you don't come up with it by next week, we'll tell you how much you have in Austria. I will name the bank for the world to hear. It has been published by Sahara reporters on Thursday suggesting that Mrs. Welsh operated a well-oiled money laundering scheme for many years. What are all these Lebanese people doing in the zoo to help to move money out? Because these criminals don't even trust themselves. They don't. She was seen in the video exploiting the Ebola virus disease tragedy in West Africa to help a group of Lebanese businessmen who wish to donate money to the Obasanjo Foundation for some work in Sierra Leone. Obasanjo is a front. Obasanjo is a front for money laundering. Foundation indeed. Can anybody point to any project that is funded by Obasanjo Foundation anywhere in the world? But I can show you what Bill Gates Foundation has done. I can show you the one for Ford Foundation. What have they done with Obasanjo? Tell them, Obasanjo Foundation, can you please tell us what you have done before? Nothing. They use it to move money abroad. Money laundering, that's what it is. The International Committee of the Red Cross has declared that the zoo cannot afford a humanitarian crisis that could threaten its corporate existence. what Plebruka 6. They want the zoo to remain one corporate existence of Nigeria. The reason why white people are saying this is because they created it. You know, nobody wants to see their creation destroyed. It's like when you make a statue of something or you have built a house. You don't want the house to be knocked down, do you? That is why they'll come out and say a threat to Nigeria's corporate is the corporate existence of the zoo sacrosanct. I just want to know. Is it sacrosanct that it cannot be touched anymore? So if the corporate existence of a country was held to be sacrosanct, why did Soviet Union break up? These people from Red Cross, can you tell me please, why did you allow Czechoslovakia to break into Czech Republic and Slovakia? Why was it not sacrosanct? If being together was sacrosanct, why did the Yugoslavia break up? Okay, now, if being together was sacrosanct, why did you allow East Timor to break away from Indonesia? I'm just assuming that being together as a corporate entity is wonderful. You see, they know that Africa is full of black people. And because Africa is full of black people, they play on our intelligence. They know we are slightly daft, to be honest with you. We are. Because this man is called Professor Peter Kachi. He's the vice chairman of International Committee of the Red Cross. He said this at an event marking this 7th World Red Cross Day celebration in Oka today. The vice chairman therefore appealed to the political class to avoid inciting hate and crisis that precipitate chaos. Kachi commended President Goodluck Jonathan for his gallantry in conceding defeat at the polls and congratulating the winner, the terrorist-elect General Muhammadu Buhari. He also congratulated Buhari for his victory, tasking him to observe all the tenets of democracy and ensure that human rights were respected during his reign. Oh dear me. I don't know how to explain it so you understand it, but I will try all the same. I want you to look at the condescending tone. Condescending means very insulting tone. This man is addressing baboons in Africa. Unfortunately, in Oka. He said that, I will repeat what he said. Ensure that human rights are respected during your reign. The only person who can reign is a monarch with absolute power. The same terms this man is using, because some of us don't understand English language, but unfortunately I do. I understand English very well. When somebody uses the word reign, it means they are conferring upon you an almost mythical status. You are not subject or answerable to the electorate. You do whatever you so wish. You cannot say during the reign of Obama. You use the word reign to describe a monarch, somebody who rules in perpetuity until they die off. I want you to understand this very, very well and very, very clearly. So Buhari is reigning. Everybody must go and bow to the high priest of terrorism. These same people of Red Cross, they knew that Buhari was an evil man. But nobody wants to say anything. RadioBiafra will always say something. That is why we make compulsive. Do you hear what people say in Trinidad and Tobago? In Trinidad and Tobago, are you hearing them? What they say about RadioBiafra? These are not Biafrans, mind you. They are adopted Biafrans. Can you hear them what they're saying? Then you will understand how formidable we are. Because right now you don't know. You don't know. Very soon you will. Very soon you will. We are live and direct, and the whole world is of course listening. Red Cross is telling you remain as a corporate body. So why don't you all get together and have one EU as one country? Why do you still maintain, some of you maintain your currencies? I thought you were very smart. Lunatics. As the crisis surrounding the Minister for Agriculture, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, deepens, fresh facts have emerged on how this Yoruba man contravened the presidential order by granting rice importation licenses to unqualified businessmen and women. An impeccable source in the presidency told correspondents that in May 2014, there was a presidential directive to give import licenses to already existing rice importers in the zoo who were qualified and had the capacity to deliver, following a meeting amongst ministers of trade and investment at the National Planning and Finance and Agriculture to that effect. The import license was to augment the shortfall in the local rice production capacity. Now, common sense. If there was a shortfall in the local rice production capacity, what do you do? I ask you. What do you do? You quite simply provide help. You go to the banks and ask them to provide soft loans to the farmers so they can produce more rice. They can buy equipment. They can look at ways to increase the yield. But this is not the case here. What have they done? They gave import licenses to Yoruba people. Maybe Naija Delta militants can come and become the guard for the trailer carrying the rice of Yoruba importers. Welcome to the zoo. Instead of using the money that are going to waste on importation to spend on farmers to make them very strong in their production, no, they prefer to patronize the white man. As Ahmadu Bello said, instead of me to allow an Igbo man to benefit from anything, I give it to expatriates, as he said. Mad people. It's the Yoruba man, fraudsters. Akinwumi Adesina. Workers of the Zoo Communication Satellite Company have now petitioned the Minister of Communications Technology, Mrs. Omobola Johnson, over the proposed sale of the company and alleged impending sacking of 150 members of staff of the organization. They're about to privatize, which means Mrs. Omobola, whatever her name is, Johnson, wants to give the company to her friends. Yoruba can never see any publicly owned company without converting it to their own. That is why they are the way they are. Leeches. They are now Nukuobara. You ask them, what does Ondo State contribute to the economy of the zoo? Zero. What does your state contribute? Fraudsters. What does which other state is that? Is it Ekiti State? What do you contribute? Oluwole, paper forgers. Maybe Lagos State. They say a fake Nobel laureate. Shoyinka. Fake, I said. I have asked you before, for you to become a Nobel laureate, you must write bestsellers. How many books or works did Shoyinka produce that are or were once on the bestseller list? Simple question, is not difficult. Answer it. How many? The answer is fat zero. Nothing. How come then he's a Nobel laureate? Because you're dumb. A few white men are playing with your brains, and because you're monkeys, you are dancing to their tune, of course. I expect you to. I do expect you to. This woman called Omobola Adesina, Omobola Johnson, is planning to sell the company to her friends so she will come back and take it over. That's what Yoruba people do. There is fraud in their DNA to defraud. How do I make money? How do I defraud people? Yoruba. In a petition dated May the 5th, 2015, the workers under the aegis of the National Union of Postal and Telecommunications Employees said the manner the proposed sale of the satellite company was being handled very hurriedly at the end of the present administration left much to be desired. There is a fire sale as Jonathan is leaving. Everybody make money as you like. I know they don't need any. These are fraudsters. They don't need you to invite them to steal. The only thing any baboon or monkey from the zoo knows to do is to defraud. How do I defraud? How do I benefit unduly? That is why they are the zoological republic. Wild animals and baboons. The police, not the most corrupt. The police is the embodiment of corruption. Spanish police on Friday, May 8, 2015, intercepted an 8-year-old boy being smuggled, my goodness me, into Spain from Morocco inside a suitcase. The boy's name is Abu. He was being conveyed by a 19-year-old woman into Ceuta, a Spanish enclave next to Morocco. When police opened the case, they found the boy in a terrible state. A spokesman for the Guardia Civil Defense said, the boy from Ivory Coast is now in the care of authorities in Ceuta. It was also discovered that the 10-year-old is not related to the boy and was paid by his father to carry the suitcase. The boy's father lives in the Canary Islands and had hoped to be reunited with his son, according to the source. Look at the lengths that black people are prepared to go in order to, very shameful indeed, isn't it? In order to escape chronic and crippling poverty in Africa. And the thing is that African head of states, they will meet in Addis Ababa. Their wives will meet in Congo. Nobody will discuss the problem and the plight of the damaging effect of poverty and chronic deprivation is causing on the psyche of the people. When some people are going mad because of because of poverty. People will just go mad by mere thinking. How do I survive? How do I make ends meet? You're owing somebody salary for over a year. Why won't they go mad? Just tell me. Why won't they go crazy? That tells you all you need to know. With that, we have brought our news presentation to a conclusion this very evening. It is now time to take your calls. And we are going to take your calls this very evening, as we always do, because we are Radio Biafra. We are here to serve our people, and we do so diligently. We do so faithfully, without fear before our enemies. We do so knowing fully well that Chukwu Abiyama alone is worthy of worship. No other entity. No other entity. Our lines are now open. We are on Viber. We are also on WhatsApp. We are on our main line. We are also on IMO. Let us see the person on Viber, what they have to say. The caller on Viber, can you hear me? The caller on Viber, can you hear me? No, they cannot. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? I don't know. They're not paying attention, are they? Not really. It's understandable. They don't listen. Our people are not accustomed to listening. But with time, they will listen. If you call Radio Biafra, no noise. I hear any noise, I will disengage you. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? I don't know if it is the network or if idiots have taken over. I have no idea. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, man.
Thank you very much. I have been having a lot of idiots calling tonight.
Yeah,
it's good to have from Asaba. Please go ahead to have a sensible person call. Go ahead.
Okay, please. My chairman, I'm really supporting what you do for us, please. I say make you continue this thing. You don't tell when I try this your number. You don't tell when I try this your number. I never get this your number. Today I don't get your number, sir. Hello, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'm calling from Asaba. My name is Igbo. I'm coming from the Igbo State. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
From Amazon, sir.
Thank you.
I will continue what you are doing here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The caller on Viber, can you hear me? I have a caller on Viber. Can you hear me?
Oh.
The caller on IMO, can you hear me?
Yes, good afternoon, sir. And
good evening from here, please. Your name and where you are?
Yes, my name is Samuel Chediwanko. I am calling from the United States of America.
Where in the U.S. are you in?
Calling from Texas.
from Texas in the USA. Please go ahead. We are listening. The whole world is listening. Go ahead.
Yes, Director. It's really been my pleasure to hear your voice. I am one of the real hardcore. When I say hardcore, it's people that cannot, someone that cannot do without RadioBiafra. What I want to say is that what you are seeing or how you are putting the words to our people really makes me to have more confidence that you are the man. First time calling, and as I called for my IMO, I will keep calling. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you all the way from Texas. And it says it's a hardcore. If you're a hardcore, that means you're part of the family over there, and we welcome you. Thank you very much. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Now, what's on the other but this night? Oh, I don't know what is going on. Is this the night of mad people who can't speak? Maybe, who knows? Even mad people, they have one day. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, my director.
Turn your system down when next you call us. Turn it down. The caller on Viber, can you hear me? Viber is not functioning at all. Don't know what's wrong with it. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Please, your name and where you are.
My name is Shukuri Simon Simokurum. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. We are all listening. Go ahead.
Director, I like what you are doing for us. I'm very, very happy for what you are doing for us.
Thank you.
Many people may not understand. Many people may not understand what you are doing for us. But they will understand later. Quite sure some people are becoming to be a member of IPOB. You'll be receiving them. Somebody called from Texas now, said that he's a hardcore. I'm also a hardcore of the IPOB in Agest State.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful, and I welcome that. Go ahead.
All right, sir. So, sir, we are having our meeting in Zona in Aba, Agest State.
When is the meeting holding? When are you having the meeting?
The meeting I'm talking about is a local one.
Yes.
In Aba. Already today we have our meeting today. And some of our members that have problems went and visit them.
That's very good.
Yeah. One of them have a problem. He was in one of the hospital. We had a call that the person have an operation. So we went there and then visited him, and the man said he was very happy. He did not expect us to come, but he's very happy. Even he gave us 500 naira for the contribution of his t-shirt.
My goodness. Oh, wonderful.
We are very happy. We are very happy. Even we are supposed to to give him something that we brought to him, but he's giving us another money for his t-shirt.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful.
So we told him that we are very happy, and also he said that he's very happy. So our director, please carry on. I know I'm being in a village as of last month in Igbo State. I'm from Igbo State. I'm from Obarama Igbo Autonomous Community in Imo State, LGN. I called and I called and I called, and the number is too busy. Too busy. I'm very happy about it because many people are floating and I'm calling also.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to pick my calls to tell you that I'm in the village and I'm listening to Radio Biafra.
Wonderful. Very good news. Very good news.
Yeah. So I thank God. I thank Chukwu Adiama. I hope very soon our brothers in Naija Delta, we call them Naija Delta also.
No, come on. I don't know what that means. You mean Naija Delta? Dear Lord.
We call them Naija Delta, we call them Southside, we call them all sorts of names, but I know very soon they will understand.
Is there any big river? Is there any big river in Yoruba land? I don't know. Is there any river? They don't even have river. The same way that people, somebody told me they don't have vultures in Yoruba land. I don't know if it's Udele. Have you seen Udele before Yoruba land? Has anybody seen a vulture before in Yoruba land? They are mad people. Thank you very much, my dear brother. If you have seen any vulture in Yoruba land, please tell us. It's a defiled place. Defiled place. They are only seeing light because of Biafrans here. I have a caller who has called me. I hope you're a principal officer on Facebook. You must be a principal officer, please. The caller on Facebook, can you hear me?
Yes, my director. Good evening, my director.
Good evening to you. Before we proceed, I need you to confirm that you are a principal officer of state. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, my director. You are coordinator in Congo DRC, Okechukwu Sunday.
Okechukwu, our coordinator in the Congo Democratic Republic. Please go ahead.
Good evening, my director. Good evening, all the indigenous peoples of Biafra in there. My director, I want to commend you because what you are doing for us, Biafrans, worldwide. There's no other body on this planet can do what you are doing. Nobody on this earth can do half of what we are doing for indigenous people of Biafra. I must commend you because you are the real man that God has sent to deliver to set Biafrans free. Director, I want to let you know that we are ready for on 30th of this May.
Wonderful.
We are ready. Even though if we are 3 or 2 or 5, we are ready.
It doesn't matter.
On 30th.
It doesn't matter how many you are.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
So, my director, I want to commend your hands, your work into the hands of God. May the Chukwu Abiyama remember you today like Noah. And may Chukwu Abiyama protect you like Daniel. May Chukwu Abiyama favor you like Joshua. May Chukwu Abiyama prosper you like Isaac. And may Chukwu Abiyama anoint you like David. May Chukwu Abiyama answer you like Elijah. And may Chukwu Abiyama intervene for you like Esther. May Chukwu Abiyama also fight for Biafrans like Israelites. My director, I pray that Chukwu Abiyama will lead us to the promised land. I remember what happened between Moses and God. Moses did a mistake, and God said, as you did this mistake, I will show you the land, but you will not step your feet into the land. That is what happened to our former leader, Ojukwu. Now, and God is preparing someone beside which the world did not know, which is Elijah, and you is the Elijah of our time. And God said that you will lead Biafrans to the promised land. Whosoever born by woman said that the work which God has started through you will not fulfill. Will first of all go to sleep with the grave before Biafra will come. And I believe that Biafra is there on this way. It's on the way, but it's already there. We are looking at him. We are where you are now. I believe that you are in the Biafra land.
Of course I am. Hello, can you hear me? We've lost him. Lost him. The limitations of the communications infrastructure in the damnable zoological republic. Of course, my dear brother, I acknowledge we have good people amongst us. Yes, I agree. Not every Igbo speaking person is bad. But the bad ones are numerous. Numerous. The caller on the phone, hello. Can you hear me? Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
I can hear you, Director. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you.
Director, my name is Ifani Chukwu. I'm calling from Aba, Naija State.
Ifani Chukwu who? What is your father's name?
Ifani Chukwu. My father's name is Chukwu. My own name is Ihani Chineke.
Wow. Thank you very much. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Director, I must commend you for your good work that you are doing. I must commend you and your colleagues here. Every people that is doing that is helping our Biafra country. We must commend you people. You are doing a very great job. Director. Hello, Director.
Yes, we are here. Don't stop listening to your radio. I don't like it. Don't listen to your radio. If you are talking to us, you talk to us, not to your radio. Don't listen to your radio. If you do, I'll cut you off. There's no need. Why are we wasting time here? If you're talking, you speak. Afterwards, you can go and listen to your voice if you want to. We're not here to do a show. We are here to run a serious radio station. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. Please, what is your name and where are you calling from?
I am Chiledu now. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Director, I am so grateful for what you are doing for us this time around. I thank you for all you're doing. I thank you for your marvelous work upon the people of Biafra.
Thank you.
I thank you for all the things that you are doing. I say, may Chukwu Abiyama grant you your heart desire in Jesus' name.
You say?
So may God grant us our wish in the name of Chukwu Abiyama.
You say?
So I'm in Aba. I've been calling this line. I haven't been able to delete you. I don't have much to say, but all I know is that I'm directing people. I'm telling people of what is happening, so that they should join us. Let everybody put hands together and know what to do about this country. So may Chukwu Abiyama grant you your wish in the name of Jesus.
He said, and our wish collectively, of course. He said,
amen. Good night.
Thank you very much, and good night to you. Thank you very much, and keep listening, please. I have a caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Exactly. They were not able to hear me. Let us go to the phone line to see. And for principal officers, please, you can call me on Messenger if you have an announcement to make. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Oh my goodness, the line is not very good.
Hello, Director. Good evening, Director.
Good evening to you, please. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Director, my name is Mr. Emeka.
Emeka, where are you calling from?
Hello?
Emeka Eze, where are you calling from?
Yeah, Director, I'm calling from Enugu here, but I'm from Okuzo.
Thank you very much. Go ahead. We are all listening. Turn down your radio or walk away from where you are, please. He's interrupting us. Turn it down or walk away from the room where you are listening to us from. Your voice is coming clearly because I can hear you. If I can hear you, that means the world can hear you. Please go ahead. No, not paying attention. This reminds me of some people are cosmetic. The reason why you're calling Radio Biafra is not to put your views across to the world. It's to hear yourself talking on radio. So you're fake. That is why it takes us time to recruit into the army of Biafra. Because most people are fake. You are coming, you are calling. The only reason why you're calling is because you want to hear your own voice on radio. Does that make any sense to anybody? It means you're not serious. It goes to show you are not serious at all, at all, at all. Very sad indeed. Extremely sad. Our lines are open, please. And this is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, Director. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. At least I have somebody who makes sense. Please, your name and where you are.
My name is Mr. Chimobi Wadike.
And Chimobi, where are you calling from?
Well, I'm calling you from First Road.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Sir, please, there is one thing I want to beg you.
Go ahead.
I've been listening to this Radio Biafra. Please, this is my own opinion. I don't want you to teach this zoological zone how to run this country anymore. You better allow them, because there is a lot of evil that is dwelling them. Allow them, let the evil deal with them seriously. Stop lecturing them how to run this country. No, after listening to you, they will go and practice it, and maybe at last it will favor them. So we don't want you to lecture them so that they will benefit anything from you. They are all listening to you. They are all listening to you. So please, sir, is anything you can do to make sure that you did not lecture this zoological zone that is called Nigeria? Please, I'm just begging you, stop lecturing them. Allow them to go with their evil way. Let their evil way deal with them. Look at our former president, Obasanjo. The man ruled Nigeria for 8 years. He cannot even repair one refinery. But he went outside to build a refinery. Or are they deceiving? Are they calling us fool or what? Or are they deceiving? Are they deceiving us or are they deceiving themselves? Every day they will come out and talk about corruption. What are they talking, sir? When I'm reading all these things they are doing, in fact, I feel like maybe just to bomb this country. Let everybody die. Let's die so that there will be nobody who exists in this country anymore. What are they fooling? Are they fooling us or are they deceiving us or are they fooling us? Are they fooling themselves? Or let me just put it like that. So please, sir, don't lecture them. I don't want these people to benefit anything from you, from this our university. Because this is a university, something I have learned from you. Even if I want to university, 2 million naira I cannot get it with 2 million naira. So please, don't lecture them. Like today, I was just coming back from Enugu. Like as you said, the road, the Navy people, they were along the road.
Hold on. Navy along the road.
Navy people along that road before going to Owerri.
After Umueka and Oba Junction, is it?
That Umueka Junction, that road leads to Owerri. They are there. What are they doing? Are they extorting money from people or what? Is there anything there? Which way are they protecting the country? No way. So when you are seeing all these things, I just became crazy about Nigeria. What are they doing there? What are they doing? Is it their duty to be there or to go to the sea and maybe protect the country or what? So please, sir, don't lecture them anymore. Let us move on. Let us move on and focus on what we are pursuing. Because I believe by the God Almighty Jehovah, we make this Biafran to be actualized.
You see?
So please, sir, there is one advice I want to give all Biafran people. And yesterday after listening to the news, something just came up my mind. I want to encourage them, all the people that volunteer themselves to be a member of Biafran army. I want to encourage them. Let them do not fear anything. Because even though I told you yesterday, a soldier meets a civilian that is not armed or maybe that did not hold anything to protect himself, they will molest the person, they will deal with the person. But when you have something around you, when you are well armed, they will stay 100 miles or more than 100 miles to negotiate with you. They cannot come closer to you. Near a soldier will tell you the truth. The highest weapon that can fear a soldier is gone. The highest weapon that will fear a soldier is gone. So I want to give them a courage. Let them do not fear anything. Let them fear nothing. Let them fear nothing. So please, I really thank you. I really thank you. Most especially the IPOB members outside Biafran. Those people that are abroad that are sponsoring this thing to make it to come to make this legion to come to existence. I really thank them. I really appreciate what they are doing. God will bless them. God will bless them. Honestly, God will bless them. So, Director, thank you for what you do for us, because I believe this Biafran will come to existence. So,
thank you very much.
Sir. Keep on what you're doing.
Of course, we will keep on what we are doing, because Chukwu Abiyama said we must and we should. And that is exactly what we are doing. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And the whole of humanity is, of course, paying attention. Let me try. We are on IMO as well, +447831308376. Same number for WhatsApp and for Viber as well. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? I have a caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? No. Exactly. You cannot hear me. The line is not very stable. That is the problem. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? My goodness me. Too many lunatics. They have Navy on the road. The only place in the world where Navy is on dry land. I thought that Navy was for the sea. They are the brain of a black man in Africa. Very strange indeed. Navy on the ground, mounting roadblocks. Oh dear me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, my director. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Oliver Warren. I'm from Mpo.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Because
No. Speak English. You can mix it if you like, but speak, because the world is listening. We want them to understand what you can mix it as you go along. It doesn't matter. Please go ahead.
Okay. So one thing I want to tell you is this.
Yes.
So I'm following up with that thing where the other man told you before, eh?
Yes.
They don't supplement coaching those Nigeria people. Because if you are training them, you are learning something. Or learn. So if you need a job from Nigeria, then you can continue coaching them. But if you got not to look any job from Nigeria, stop coaching them. Just anything where you can make them to progress. Keep it in your mind. Bring that into the Biafran. When we actually when we get Biafra, bring that into the Biafra. That is what I want to tell you this evening.
Thank you. Unless I am looking for a job. Oh, dear Lord. What a thing to say. I'm looking for a job in this. Oh, Lord. Oh, goodness. The caller on IMO, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
But your voice is too low, too far away. I cannot hear you. The caller on, no, the one on WhatsApp is not working either. It is not working, not at all. Somebody said, if I'm not looking for job. Oh God, the way your minds travel, my dear Lord. My dear Lord. I could be looking for work. Very sad indeed. Let's try and see. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? I have a caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? No. Something is wrong today with WhatsApp. It is not clicking into gear the way it should. We are live and we are direct, and this is Radio Biafra. If you call us, we will be able to take your call. It is our duty and responsibility to do so. We are taking so many calls that even our lines are crashing. That is how difficult it is to get through. Let us see who is on the line. The caller on Viber, can you hear me? I have a caller on Viber. Can you hear me? What is going on? Oh dear me. This some of the quality of callers leave so much to be desired. So much to be desired. Not very good at all, at all, at all. Let's try and see who is on IMO, if they can hear me. The caller on...
Good evening. Good evening, Director.
Good evening to you. Please go ahead. Your name and where you are.
My name is Ikenna Iwobi. I'm from Ifitori, Anambra State. I'm based here in Malaysia.
Thank you. Go ahead.
All right. I'm calling to congratulate you, to really thank you for what you are doing for our people. It's not easy. Although, by the grace of God, I'm the coordinator of Shiraz in Malaysia here, zonal coordinator in Shiraz. Actually, I'm calling to announce our meeting this Saturday. We're having a meeting at Taman Orchid Chinese restaurant, 4 p.m. Anyone who is in Shiraz, who is around Shiraz, can join us. For those who have not been coming, although we had a lot of number, but they depreciated because of gossip. But we think of some are coming out again gradually. So we will encourage other people to join us as we march forward. So another thing I want to chip in is, Director, you have done so much. I can't just explain. I don't know how to thank you for what you are doing for people. And you are educating us. You are at the same time bringing us out of that zoo. If I remember Nigeria, I get sick to my stomach. I feel like killing somebody. But nevertheless, we are marching forward. That's the most important thing. And Director, there is something I've been thinking about. I just want to make a suggestion. If it's going to be implemented, that will still kind of way help us for a long way. Like we should make some, like if the COC or everybody, the board of RadioBiafra can make something like data for in the different parts, like as we are in our clans, like a job people, they'll just make like a data where we can register. Even those in Malaysia, if you're from Calabar, you register, we know how many of them that are in the system. So we're still going to use that data when Biafran come to get like our IC and something like that. This now will make us see. We'll see how many people. For you, you can be the only one who can be accessible, or the board of executives can be accessible to the data. But everybody should just like you give Malaysia their own password. Our coordinator, the national coordinator, will be in charge of it. It will register everybody. If you are from Anambra State, you will know, okay, this is how many Anambra State we have in this movement. This is how many Imo State we have in this movement. This is how many Jos we have in this movement. This is how many. These are the things. We will have a proper record. I don't know if you have another means or what you are planning, but I'm just suggesting this. It will help us in the long.
Yes. Thank you. We have lost him. We have lost him. Thank you very much for that. We understand what you're trying to say, and we are now in the process of collecting that very information. The COC was trying to call me on Facebook. Please call back. COC to please call back. If you can, call us back immediately, please. We will be able to take your call. Call us back. Somebody was on that same line when you called earlier. Attempt to call us back if you can. This is Radio Biafra. We need announcements and plans and programs regarding the 30th of May. Everybody should focus on the 30th of May. We need to remember our people. We must remember them. And for that very purpose, we must, of course, defer to our COC to tell us precisely what arrangements are in place. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and direct, and I presume that engineer Iranya is with me. Is that correct?
Yes, I am, Director. Am I coming out clear?
Of course you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Director. As a way of introducing myself, my name is MAZI Iranya. I come from Aronyemodi, also called Umuchuku. in Oguta local government area in Biafra land, and I live in Houston, Texas. I work in the oil and gas sector, and I've been doing that for almost 3 decades now. Director, I want to say that we are indigenous people of Biafra. We are not politicians. We are not into politics, and we will never be into Nigerian politics. We believe in command and control. When Biafra comes, then those who are interested in politics can go into politics. And right now,
Engineer, can you hear me? We've lost him. We have lost Engineer Irania. We have lost him, the COC, and we want him to please come back to us. The call was interrupted. That's what they're saying, that this call was interrupted. I don't know why it was interrupted. Perhaps on the side of Engineer himself. I do not know. We are trying to reestablish contact with him, and he is back now with us, and I presume that he can hear me, so you can proceed, please. No, not able to. He will try and get back to us later. Let us go to the phone line. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But why is it that people put the banner Hanui? I don't want any noise on the background as soon as you call Radio Biafra. But they don't hear. How come I was anyway? They keep saying call being interrupted. I cannot for the life of me understand it. Engineer, you are back with me. Please proceed.
Director, please, can you give a hint of where I was when I got cut off?
You got cut off. You're just telling us that we are not politicians. That we are not politicians. We are freedom fighters.
Yes, exactly. And I was going to add that by saying that for now, what we have is the leader of indigenous people, Biafra, in the person of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, that we are not a sovereign state yet. And that I was saying that you will agree with me that there is an Igbo proverb that says that you have to get the land first before you begin to decide on where to spread the mark, correct?
That is correct, yes. As the chala, Zawute.
Exactly. So we have to get Biafra first before we talk about government of.
There is something and somebody interrupting our calls. Somebody somewhere is interrupting our calls. Let's try once again. The caller on Facebook Messenger, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, please. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Please, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, sir. My name is Chinoso Obion Hanumodo. I'm calling from Lagos.
Please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
My director, good evening.
Good evening. Am I on a speakerphone? Hold on. It sounds as if I am on a speakerphone. Am I on a speakerphone where you are? If that is the case, please disable that very functionality on your phone. Disable it. Am I on a speakerphone? Oh my goodness me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello.
People calling us, are they well at all? You call Radio Biafra, your call is taken, and my goodness me. Some people are not well, you know. And they want us to go and march. Simple instruction. You don't listen and you want me to go and march with you. You don't. Hey, maybe when you say start firing, they stop. When you say stop, they start firing. Oh, the caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Director.
Somebody that has common sense. Please, good evening.
Good evening, Director.
Good evening to you. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Ezra Steven Chibuzo. I'm calling from Enugu, but I'm from Imo State.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, I want to recommend you. I want to thank Chukwu Adiama for all he is doing with you and through you. I want to appreciate him for His goodness in your life and the people of Biafra.
Thank you.
Please, Director, I want to ask you some questions. And one of it is that how much is the T-shirt? I want to ask.
The T-shirt.
How much is the T-shirt?
I believe that the T-shirt is 20 euros. Is that correct? I think it's about 20 euros or so. I think it's 20 euros.
Okay, 20 euros.
That's correct, yes.
Yes, again, is that I want to also tell you to take it easy. You know, you studied so much in England, and some of us just went to in a suit and IMP and whatever. So we are going to catch up, and I will believe we're going to catch up.
I pray so.
Again, one thing I want to ask you again, what of when the Biafra comes, what of our brothers who are in the prison of the zoo? Is there any plan to rescue them from the prison?
There are some things there are some things, my dear brother. It's a very good question, but I cannot answer you on air.
Okay, I'm sorry for asking this question. Then, what again I want to ask is that, you know, you said something about him. I want to remind you about what you said before about in Imo State. There's going to be a battleground. I want to remind you. Then, one of the things I want to tell you is that I have discovered through the scripture that we are the Israelites. As you preach to us, and I studied it, and I discovered that we are one. Then the Israelites, they started their fight, they got their freedom in 1967. And we started the Biafran war in that same 1967. So it means that we're supposed to have our freedom with them from that 1967, which Jesus told the people of Israel that the work of the Gentiles shall finish. When it finishes, then the people of Israel will have their freedom. So I believe that our freedom, we are 48 years behind our freedom. You know, when you begin to speak about the why we needed this freedom, you know, it puts us into serious kind of thinking that I think the Biafra will be tomorrow morning. So I want to encourage you to continue and tell us the more how and what we should be doing and what we should do in order to bring the Biafra more closer.
Yes.
So I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you. May Chukwu Abiyama bless you.
You say?
May Chukwu Abiyama bless your family.
You say?
May Chukwu Abiyama never leave you behind.
He said,
may Chukwu Abiyama see your heart, this your crying heart, and answer our prayers immediately.
He said,
in the name of Jesus Christ.
He said,
may God bless Biafrans. May God bless Biafran IPOB all over the world. I want to support you to tell them to continue to move on. As you speak this thing, it brings to my memory, it brings to my subconscious that I see Biafran is already in my hand. And as if I'm already enjoying the country of Biafra. Honestly, I believe God, we are going to see it.
He said,
when people are trying to say one or two other things, when some people are afraid, let me tell you, keep on with your work. Sooner, the spirit of that fear will run away from people's lives. We must enjoy this freedom. Because the way you talk about this, I begin to see how much and so much these people have eaten deep inside of us. And I tell you the truth, that God in heaven is looking at us, and it has come to the time to set us free. And I believe, God, that it will come this 2015. You know, some people are saying in 10 years, in 5 years. I don't believe it. I believe it is this year. And when what you say concerning fighting to get your freedom, when you said that, it convinced me so much. And I saw that the only reason to get this freedom is through war. So I support you, and I support the whole IPOB agenda. Let us move on. We must surely get there. As you call it the zoo, so it is the zoo. It must be burnt down. We must enjoy our freedom. We must enjoy the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
He said,
we continue to thank God. I thank Chukwu for you. I thank Chukwu for the barrister. I thank Chukwu for all the people walking around you. And there's something again, if I also that I will not forget. this relay station, we have some physicists among us who can't we produce it locally so that we can feed other places where the relay stations are. He's a natural physicist. Even though he read physics, he is a natural physicist. He has produced medicine, and I know he can do so much. So he can do so much. We'll be going to meeting on Sunday. We'll be going to meeting on Sunday with him. We're going to speak to our coordinator in Enugu and tell him about it so that he can reach you.
Yes, what I'm going to do is I will get somebody to call you in the next few minutes to get the number of that very person who is a good electronics engineer to see if they can help us, because we met a Biafran who is very good. He builds them. But for each relay station will cost us 1.5 million naira. I must tell you the truth. So that is a fact. So we have found somebody who can build it, but he is telling us that he said it costs more than 3 times that. He's only giving it to us for 1.5 because he needs to import.
You will know that he can do it.
Okay, wonderful.
I believe you can see my number clearly there.
We have your number, and I will get somebody to call you. Bright Chimeze will call you very shortly to get the number of that very person. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. Take that very number down and call and get us the telephone number of the scientist he's talking about who can help us build locally more relay stations, because we have to buy them from abroad. We have them, we buy them from the USA. But the one that is made locally, that can be built locally, is also very, very expensive. Even considering that he's giving it to us at 1/3 of the price to cover the cost of his equipment. So that is the way it is. I don't know if engineer is still with me. He was on hold before. Is that engineer? He has come to me and I must go to him. Our coordinator of all coordinators on the planet Earth of Indigenous people of Biafra. Engineer, I am with you. Please proceed.
Okay.
Hello, Director.
Hello.
How many people are... Yes, engineer, go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
Okay, Director, the network has been very funny.
Very digital, according to Barrister. But it's better now. Please go ahead.
Yes. Please, before, I know you are expecting me to make an announcement on the level of preparedness and all we have for the upcoming remembrance, but I would like to, respond to a request you made to me on the morning broadcast.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Let me, Director, I'm very familiar with the way you make your broadcast, because I know you have a pen and paper there. I would also like you to take down this information, because I'm not trying to let the cat out of the bag, but I know you have a lot of interviews lined up, because a question might be coming up with oil and gas, so that you have to make your notes and you'll be able to deal with it decisively. And same thing for Biafran who are looking. In oil and gas, there are 2 types of reservoirs. You have the crude reservoir and then you have the gas reservoir. Let's talk about the gas and talk about the crude. In the crude, there are 3 things involved. You have the crude oil itself, you have the condensate, and then you have what we call the AG, or associated gas. Now, what am I trying to say? I'm leading my statement to what requested me to find out how much we make in a day from Biafra land that people are clamoring to be paid 1,500 for amnesty. Director, what comes out from the cost of producing a barrel of crude oil is called the UOE, Unit Operating Expenditure. The UOE per barrel of a crude oil is $5, and that is even on the high side. In other words, it costs $5 to produce 1 barrel. That is 1 barrel of crude oil, and that is how cheap it is. And the rest of, in that crude oil, you have the crude oil itself, you have this condensate, and then you have the associated gas. What Nigeria sells, or what Nigeria government accounts for, is just the crude oil portion. If they don't account for the condensate, they don't account for the associated gas. Meanwhile, this associated gas is treated and sold to industries as source of wealth on one hand. It is also pipe money to liquefy it, that put it in liquid form, to form under high pressure, to form what is called LNG, liquefied natural gas. But I don't want to talk about the gas. I don't want to talk about the condensate. I'm talking about the crude oil. $5 per barrel. Director, let's assume a very hypothetical case that the crude oil is sold at $50 per barrel. In other words, the profit there is $45 per barrel. And Director, I am informing you and everybody now that we make over 2.5 million barrels a day. The zoo sells more than 2.5 million barrels of oil. So let's even remove the 0.5 and talk about just 2 million barrels. So if you take away the $5 from the $50 and then you multiply that by 2, that is 45 times 2. So the zoo means at least $90 million every day on just the crude portion of the what they make out of the crude oil reservoir. Condensate not inclusive, associated gas not inclusive. Are you following me, Director?
Of course, very diligently. Of course, I am. Go ahead.
So, you in the morning broadcast, I didn't listen to it live. I listened to the recorded version, but or the uploaded version. But because you mentioned like at least 10 million, you are way off mark. You multiply that by 10, and this is just a conservative figure that I'm telling you of $50, removing $5 as UOE. Now, so you see that they are making so much money, and yet people are there going for pittance. So I just wanted to make that clarification so that you make that as a note, and Biafrans will know what how they are being ripped off. Now, to the May Remembrance Day, so I want to announce that we are our plans are in top gear. First of all, our T-shirts will be ready by next week, especially for the continent of Europe. I expect the T-shirt to start going to get to our embassy by either Tuesday or Wednesday, maximum Thursday next week. From there, it goes to all the countries in Europe. And the rest, we get to them the week after. So everything is in our T-shirts is getting, we are ready. The program has been made, and I think it's on with the head of directors of the state for approval of the program we're going to have for the day. And once we approve it, I'll disseminate it. Now, Director, I don't know if you noticed on our RadioBiafra London website and every other platform on Facebook, the press release has already been.
Welcome back, wonderful people of Biafra. There was a slight breakage in transmission due to power failure, but we are back again. We are in the zoo. What do you expect? This is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. This zoological republic that cannot generate electricity. People said I shouldn't tell them anything anymore, and I'm not going to. Lest I be accused of seeking a job. If I look for a place to work in my life and it's the zoo. Oh, people are very funny. Let us go back to the line and see who is there. The caller on the phone. We are back live and direct, and this is Radio Biafra. We are transmitting on this very day, the 8th day of May in the year of our Lord 2015. The time here now is 21 minutes past 9 in the evening. We are live and direct. The caller on the phone. Good evening, my dear brother. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, my director.
Thank you very much. Your name and where you are?
I'm Mr. I'm from Malaysia.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Director, I want to thank you for your effort to make all know that Biafra is existing.
Thank you.
Director, I thank you for to keep you alive. Director, I pray that you will protect you, guide you. Nothing will happen to you.
You say?
Director, the T-shirt of thing we're talking about, I don't know when we arrive in Anambra, so that I'm much interested to have some of it.
Thank you very much. It will arrive to you. I think the COC was saying something about the date of arrival of the T-shirt before the line went off. He's going to come back to us in a minute, and when he does, I'll be able to bring him to you. And I need confirmation, please. How much is the T-shirt? Is it 20 euros or 10 euros? I don't know. So we need to know that for certain. So, my dear brother, the T-shirt will arrive very, very imminently. I know and I hope. I think the T-shirt is 10 euros for Africa or 20. I don't know. I need clarification. The COC is going to come back to us. So I please encourage you to keep listening. You will hear all the announcements about the T-shirt. It's only limited edition. If you have not paid for the T-shirt before it comes, you can't get it. As simple as that. It's very, very limited, please.
Yeah, that is what I want to understand. So I went to the payment because as you said, you don't know the actual price now yet, but when you have the confirmation, then I will call back and know the confirmation of the price.
No problem at all. If you keep listening live on air, you will hear it this very evening. Confirmation of the price, and also when we get to Enugu. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much. I am asking the COC to get back to me as quickly as possible to finish or to perhaps clarify one or two issues regarding the T-shirt, please. The T-shirt that we are asking for, are we asking for this? Is it 10 or 20 euros? I want to know. I want to know if it is 10 or 20 euros. How are we going to get it to our people as quickly as possible? As soon as the COC calls back, I will present him to you, no doubt. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. We are also on IMO. We are on IMO. Has the COC called back? He hasn't called back. He should call back on the same line he was on before. It wasn't fantastic at all, but at least it was manageable. He's calling us all the way from Houston, Texas. And thank you for the lecture. He's saying that $10 million a day from crude oil is a joke. That is not even anywhere near what the baboons and the monkeys are making every blessed day. I have never seen such cheating in my life. I have never seen such. They come to our land, they take our oil, they pollute our lands, they do everything to us, and in the end, we have nothing. We are oil pipeline guard, security guard. The caller on IMO, can you hear me? There is a caller on IMO, can you hear me? The line is not as stable this evening as it should be. It's not as stable as it should be. But our lines are open anyway. The phone appears to be far more reliable. The Viber is not responding as it should, but we keep using the telephone line anyway. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Please, your name and where you are.
My name is Chukwuka Iyari. I'm calling from Port Harcourt, sir.
Thank you. From Igbo. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Sir, I want to thank you for the good job you are doing for us. Because ever since I've been listening to the radio, I've learned a lot of things. And two, I want to know where our family is owing me to here in Port Harcourt, because I started listening to the radio station last week. So that's why I decided to call, sir.
You did well. Can you tell me how you are listening to Radio Biafra? Is it on CHK, Biafra FM, or is it on satellite or online? How are you listening?
I'm listening from Biafra FM.
On Biafra FM in Igbo. Thank you very much for that very confirmation. I will give you a telephone number to call. I will give you a number to call. It is 081
Yes, sir.
525
525, yes, sir.
589
569
589 589
589. Okay, sir. 589, yes, sir.
75.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
081 525 589 75.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Igwocha is live with us. And that is very, very fantastic. That's what we want to hear. From Port Harcourt, people are now calling to join. It takes a while, but eventually they do. The COC has come back to me, and I will ask him, first of all, to clarify for us, please. Engineer Manya, if you're there with me, can you clarify for us, how much is the T-shirt, please? How much is it?
The T-shirt is 10 euros, not $10, not 10 shilling, not 10 naira, 10 euros. 10 euros.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the clarification. 10 euros only. When are we expecting them? When can we expect them, please?
For Europe, the T-shirt will get to them by Thursday next week at the latest. That is for Europe. Now, for North America, Asia, and other countries, including Africa, the T-shirt will get to them a week later. In other words, it's going to be in the week starting from the 18th, going towards the 21st or the 22nd. They will get the T-shirt at that time. But Europe will have theirs not later than Thursday next week.
Wonderful. That is very great. You have heard it from the coordinator of all coordinators. It's only 10 euros, please. Disregard what I said before. Is only 10 euros. I think, which is about, say, 2,000. I don't know. I think they said Biafran is going to be 3,000 naira or so, or thereabout. It's a very beautiful T-shirt anyway. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Please, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
I want to...
Engineer, you're breaking up. No. Engineer, can you hear me? My goodness me. The line is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Terrible. Can you hear me? Terrible line, terrible. I don't know if it's all these China phones. Very, very terrible. They can't take calls and sustain it. They can't take at the risk of advertising a phone. I know that when you answer a phone with the far more expensive ones, they're a lot more clearer. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Good evening.
Good evening. Your line is also not clear. I don't know. Is it our location this evening or what? The lines are not very clear this evening. Go ahead, please. Your name and where you are.
It may be network. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
My name is Samuel. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Samuel who? What is your father's name? Samuel. And turn your system down. What is your father's name?
Okore.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Don't be annoyed. Hello?
You have not turned your system down. Although you're calling from Igbo, you should have turned your system down. I don't like people who don't follow simple instructions when you call Radio Biafra. I don't want to hear any sound on the background. I will cut you off. I will try one more time to see. The quality of these phones are very, very poor. Very, very poor indeed. That is the problem. They are very poor quality phones. Can you hear me?
Call back now.
Oh my goodness. Call back. This is Radio B. Let's try the phone line once again. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Moderator.
Yes, please. Turn every system down, please. I can hear noise on the background. The world is listening. Your name and where you are.
Yeah, Moderator, I'm the one who called before Mr. Ezemata Obinago.
Yes. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I had the price of the T-shirt. He mentioned about 3,000 naira in this country.
It's about 2,400 naira or so. I think the coordinator said they'll sell it for 3,000 naira or thereabout. I don't know.
Okay, my director, thank you very much. Please, I want to know where the Biafran families have their meeting point in Igbo.
In Igbo. Can I have the Anambra coordinator's number, please? Just hold on a second and we'll give it to you. From Mpo family, you need to call the Anambra coordinator. They will tell you. The number is 080.
Yeah.
633.
633, yeah.
256.
258, yeah.
89.
89.
That is correct, yes.
Okay, my director. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you very much. That is the price of the T-shirt, only 10 euros. I say only advisedly because no penny is worth 10 euros. That is why it's said it's called only. That's the meaning of it. Please, let us try again and see what we're going to do. I want the COC to please come back to us. I don't know, maybe where the COC is could be the problem. Maybe where the COC is could be the problem. There will be an IPOB family meeting in Asaba on Sunday the 10th of May 2015 at 2 p.m. The number to call is 081-685-85048 for Asaba family meeting on Sunday 2 o'clock. The number to call is 081-685-85048. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
My director.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
Yeah, Chicos, yes, Dominic Mweke. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, please, you have done enough and we are regulating ourselves. See, we have a corn factory in Abala, in Obinga. So the much you can do, find a means to get people at Abala. Biafra has all the text to burn down the zoo. I don't have much to talk. God bless you.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. Very much live and direct, and we are reaching the entirety of humanity. The quality of our audio this evening hasn't been as high as it should be. I don't know why. Good evening to you, please. Yes, please. Your name and where you are?
Yeah, I'm Alison calling from Baba.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I must appreciate your work, Director.
Thank you.
It's God that sent you to come to liberate the people of Igbo land for us to get Biafra.
Thank you.
I enjoy your programs. I listen to you. May Chukwu Obiama continue to bless you. Bless your effort. Bless your family. Bless the indigenous people of Biafra wherever they are.
You say?
Because the houses, I sat an exam in the Federal University of Technology now. You know what the registrar told me? I got my job score, got everything, got the PCME exam. But he said it because I'm not from Naija State, that he denied me the admission, that he gave me a course that I did not like.
They said this thing to your face? They said it to your face, yes?
Yeah, he says.
Did they tell you this thing face to face or by later? Did they tell you this thing in your face that they will not?
Yes. No, I talked to the registrar that this is the course I have, but they denied me giving me the course I applied for electrical engineering in the school. He said that I am not from the first of all give the indigenous people of Niger State before considering others. I said them this is federal university. We are one Nigeria, and I'm from Nigeria. He said no, that's what they do here. So that irritates me, that makes me to know that Igbos, we need to go and fight for Biafra. That we need to go and...
When did this happen? The year this happened?
It's last year.
They told you cannot read engineering at that university, yes?
Yes, they mean that it's just that my scores, everything are equal to give me electrical engineering. But they say that because I'm not from Niger State, that they have preference for people that are from that state. So
and they are in one Nigeria, yes?
They are in one Nigeria. Then how can we be in one Nigeria? You know, how can we be in one Nigeria? So the thing irritates me so much that makes me to. I say we are not one Nigeria. We need to depart from this geological republic.
You are in one. I'm sure that white people are listening, including Americans as well, and I'm sure people working for Obama, they are all listening. You claim, make the unity. You want to be united when it comes to Biafran oil, but as soon as it comes to the issue of getting people admitted into universities, all of a sudden, you're no longer one Nigeria. It becomes catchment area. It becomes quota. You come from Niger State, you get quota. You come from Biafra land, there is no quota for you. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad. I must tell you, extremely sad indeed. Very sad.
So
And that is the one
Director,
Nigeria for you.
So, Director, I must say that I must appreciate the work you are doing so that you are enlightening people. Some people, I told my neighbor that you are only think to live in Biafra. He said, the man I be talking, I say, listen to it. He educates me a lot. When it comes to audio, they will not say that you are one Nigeria. How can such a thing continue? That means that the Igbos are not valid in Nigeria. But we are the people that has the brain. So, Director, this thing last year really frustrated me. I'm looking forward to go to a Oxford University right now. But I don't know what they are doing here.
It's terrible.
I know. Nothing is on merit.
Nothing at all.
So, Director, please, I don't know how to. I want to be supporting you people and from about here. I want to support you people both financially. At least the little savings I made a little savings that I want to contribute to give Biafra something so that it must be a reality.
What you need to do.
Which account should go and pay for it.
No, what you need to do is somebody will give you a call and be able to send you details should you require it. That is the best thing to do. Anybody wishing to support somebody will contact you from us, must also be able to call this very number, which is our inquiry line, 090-9077-6589. I repeat, 090 907 76589. But for you this evening, Brachimeze will give you a call. Somebody will call you from within us, and you'll be able to be part of what we're doing. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I am returning to the COC. I am sure now we have established a secure connection. Is that correct?
Yes, Director.
Clean and
I
clear.
hear you very well.
Crisp and clear. Please, you may proceed. Go ahead.
Yes, Director. There was something you said that coordinators and Biafrans must take very, very careful note of. You informed that person that called was asking about T-shirt that if you have not made a payment for your T-shirt by now, it is already too late. You are absolutely correct. What happened was this, Director. We requested Biafrans, or rather national coordinator, to tell their members to submit the quantity of T-shirt they want. And so we made our budget based on that quantity. And we also requested them to bring in at least 40%. I am sure our head of Directorate of State made that announcement on air sometime in the past, that they should pay 40%. Now, some countries went ahead and paid 100%, while others paid 40%. Let me say this because people think that we have money in abundance. Director, here we said we make everything open. We had to go and borrow money to balance up that 60% remaining. And now the person that gave us that money is calling for the money back. And therefore, what am I trying to say is that any country that paid 40%, you will not receive your T-shirt until we get the balance 60%. I want to make that abundantly clear now. I am sure MAZI Chike will communicate this to the European coordinators. They have to know that if you are requesting for your T-shirt and you have only paid 40%, you are not going to get it until we receive the balance 60%. But for those who have paid 100%, like I think I was told by MAZI NNAMDI that I believe it's Japan, either Japan or Hong Kong, one of them, they have paid 100%. And in the US here, most of them have paid 100%. They will get their T-shirt, immediately the T-shirt come out. So it is very, very clear. I mean, it is very important that I make this announcement because that's the last thing I was going to say before the network, kind of played up on us. Number one, if you don't have a payment made for the T-shirt, it's likely you will not get it. We don't have money to make T-shirt in abundance. We made it based on the quantities that were requested. That's number one. Then number two,
Those who made 40%, you are not going to get your T-shirt until we receive the 60%. And if you pay all the 60% on the 31st of May, we will ship it to you on the 31st of May. That is the way it is. Like director said, we have to be disciplined. Some director said something some time ago, and people don't take notice. There is no difference between a black man and a white man. The only difference is discipline. Every other thing is the same. What they know, we know. But it is discipline. Discipline in application. Discipline in obeying. Discipline in following instruction. That is where we are lacking. Director, I want to stop so far, and I don't know if you have any question for me.
How are people going to assemble and march in the USA and in the rest of the continents of the world? Or is that left, or is that a prerogative of the continental reps? And I want to know when they will come on air to tell us what they are doing about 30th of May. I want to know the preparations, how far they have gone. Have they been leafleting people? Have they contacted local media? Are they talking about Biafra in their places of residence and abode? Are these things happening? I believe very strongly that we don't have lazy principal officers. Are they going out, as some of you have been doing? When I came to America, I was able to give a radio interview. When I came to America, I was able to be interviewed by a newspaper. The same thing has happened now with Trinidad and Tobago. People are making arrangements in Sweden and also in Germany. What are the other people doing? When I was in Malaysia early last year, I was able to go to a local FM in Kuala Lumpur to give an interview. Now, is the same thing happening everywhere else in the world? I don't want national coordinators who are lazy, doing nothing. By doing nothing, Biafra cannot come. What are they doing to advertise 30th of May in their respective countries where they are around the world? That's what I want to know.
Okay, Director, I will give you that information. But let me start by saying this. The Directorate of State will have a meeting on Monday. By Monday, at the end of Monday meeting, we will draw up a roster. Because, Director, I want to give opportunity to the reps as well as the national coordinator to be able to come on air and express themselves. I don't want to be the one, talking, they do all the hard work and then I'll come on air and I'll start talking about what they are doing. No, I'm going to give them that honor. I'm going to give them that privilege, and I'm going to give them that right to come out and tell us what they plan on doing. But the roster, the schedule on how they are going to do that will be decided on Monday when we have our Directorate of State meeting. But let me say this. Right now, as I'm speaking, Director, I have in my possession a permit issued by the Federal Park Reserve for us to march in Washington, D.C. I will email you that permit as soon as I get off air. I will send you an email of that permit. It was signed, it was applied for by our ever, amiable DNV coordinator who is handling everything in the DMV area, MAZI Reginald Opera. So we have a permit to march, to make noise, to do whatever we want to do that day, legally, of course. We have that permit, and I'll tell you. So that I know. Now, in Trinidad and Tobago, MAZI and Emine has lined up a lot of interviews. And as a matter of fact, I think on the 27th or so, or maybe on the 19th, I will be on air again in Trinidad and Tobago to another round of talks. I am also making arrangement here in Houston to have airtime, of course, through the contact of our sister, Denchuku. And there are so many other arrangements being made all over the world, Director, but I want to give the credit, I want to give the honor to the national coordinators to come up and present. And like I said, by Monday meeting, we will draw up a schedule for them to come and make their presentation.
Thank you very much for that. I want that schedule ASAP. Where the national coordinators feel like delegating to zonal coordinators, that's entirely their prerogative. But I want each and every country, every night, they will line up. If you have to make it 5 countries in a night, so be it. I want to know the preparations we are making to remember all those that fought and died for us. We need to remember them every blessed year. And we want this year's remembrance all over the world to be far more greater than the one we had last year. We must honor them. We must honor them. Thank you very much, our COC, the coordinator of all coordinators around this. Good
evening.
And good evening to you also from here. Please, your name and where you are.
My name is Emeka. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Director, this is a very good work that you're doing with RadioBiafra. I'm telling you, I was commended for that.
Thank you.
I've never believed that there is someone in this Black Africa that would such knowledge that you have, actually.
Thank you. You are very kind. Thank you very much.
I am actually one of the people that has a migraine because of the ignorance of a black man, actually. But I didn't know what to do about it. You see, in Nigeria here, in the zoo, people are wallowing in darkness and ignorance. This is the only place in the world that if your child is crying and you want him to keep quiet, you threaten him with police. You think, oh, look at police is coming, and the child will stop crying. Whereas in other places, this is a place that even the journalists, they cannot give a presentation of what is actually happening. Instead, they will keep promoting the evil and the corruption. I mean, the badness of the politicians here. Look at the Naija State. There is this broadcasting station in Naija State. We all know it. This
Broadcasting Service, the TARG Broadcasting Service.
Thank you very much. Every day they will tell you, oh, that he's in the Salanga South. I'm greeting His Royal Highness. They will find all this. Are these things news? I wonder. So, Director, actually, I like what you're doing. And every day that I walk on the road, I enter the buses and in the expresses, I saw all these Alamajiri people carrying guns. You see, even them in the Akwa from, I could take them to our back. You see them extorting money from wretched Okada riders. They're collecting 50 naira in the morning, 50 in the afternoon, and 50 naira in the evening. And if you don't give them the money, then they'll start pointing a gun at you. Even the right guy was going to school, they stopped me, and the Okada that was carrying me, because the road was not good, so there are no buses. You only go with Okada from Aba to you can imagine that. So, we reached at a checkpoint. The officer, the army man, military man, said that you, three of the Okada people, that they should push. Then as we were going at a very narrow, bushy road, I told the Okada that was calling me, say, hey, man, stop, where are you going to? The man came to me and said I should enter the Okada and follow him. I said, no, unless you tell me where I'm going to, because I have the right to ask you where I'm going to. Where are you taking me to? If I didn't commit anything. He then said that I am going to the barrack, a student. And I said, barrack to do what? I'm not under arrest. He said, no, that we should go and weed the compound and clear the bushes for them around it. I said, why would I do that? And actually, it was only him more, and I was up to stand him and fight him to last. But he saw that I was very mean. Then he called his mates on phone, and they arrived with a hero's boss. What I felt that day, the maltreatment I felt that day, I swore.
The guy is too bitter. My house for me. And they will march you into the van, or else they shoot you, and people think that is normal life. Disgraceful and shameful indeed. Very, very sad. This is Radio Biafra. I have a caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Hello, Director. Good evening.
And good evening to you, please. Your name and where you are.
Director, my name is Mackenzie. I'm calling from Enugu State. I called before, but the line went off.
Yes, you did. You are very lucky to get us. People have been trying for months. They can't get through. Twice in one night, you are very, very lucky. Go ahead.
Thank you, my director. Honestly, I'm based in the northwest Suleja, but I'm back to Biafra land now. Since 2 months, I've been trying to reach you, but people are calling. People are very interested to speak with you. Director, honestly, I'm very happy with you. I'm very, very happy with you. With all Biafra people in the whole world. Honestly, Director, I don't even dream that a social man will come out from this Biafran land, a man like you, to stand with brave, no fear, and talk and fight for Biafra. May Almighty Chukwuabiyama bless you.
You say, and bless you too.
Yes, I'm very, very happy with you, my director. Please, there's something I want to suggest. Can I?
Of course you may. Yeah, this is your radio station. You can say anything you want to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, director, about the 30th of this month March, the whole Biafra IBPO in the whole world, I want, if they are marching, so that the marching will be broadcast in the television or radio or newspaper headline, so that the whole world will see it in everywhere they are.
Yes, that is why people all over the world as well, the coordinators must go out and work very hard, speak to local media houses, wherever you are, so that these things will be carried as well in the countries where people are marching on the street. Very, very important that we do this, please. Extremely critical that we do this.
Okay, thank you, Director. On Sunday, I've called the Enugu coordinator. On Sunday, I'm going for the meeting.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And thank you too, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. Our people are responding. They are doing what is right. And we commend them for such resilience, for such steadfastness. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct, and our people from all over the world are calling us, but those at home are dominating. Goodness me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, Director, good evening.
Good evening to you, my dear brother. Your name and where you are? Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, Director, I simply want to ask a question on this Ohanes notion in Dama. Who even gave them? I want to know who gave them that name that they are parading over her house, making themselves up.
Do you want to hear the truth about Ohaneze?
Yes.
Ohaneze was set up by Awasa Fulani people. They were set up to replace the old Igbo Union, because Igbo Union was very formidable. It was Igbo Union that closed down Jos when Dr. Michael Okpara came to campaign. That was when they knew that these people are too powerful. It was because of the activities of Igbo Union that they proscribed socio-cultural groups in those days. They said no more cultural group. The same Igbo Union built National High School in Aba, in case people don't know. You see National High School in Aba, it was Igbo Union that built it. Igbo Union was a country within a country. They were too formidable, too strong. So the Awasa man knew that after the war, if you allow Igbo Union to continue, that Igbo-speaking people will come together again and do something. They decided to create Ohaneze Ndigbo and Atorum. Now, Awasa man said to them that, listen very carefully, that the reason why you cannot control Igbo man is because you don't have any king. Now, they said, some of you, we are going to make you kings. You are the Eze, hence the Ohaneze. Understand the name very well. Ohanine and a few Ezes. But because they did not agree on who is going to be the king, they now formed a committee of saboteurs. Those that started Ohaneze were saboteurs. Those that worked for Awasa Fulani to ensure the defeat of Biafra. If you go to Ohaneze today, even after that very era, the second era where all of them were in MPN. Go and check. I'm telling you, MPN was Awasa party then. All of them were in MPN. Most of them, if not they are if not that Jonathan gave them 5 billion, they would have joined the APC. Of course, today they have gone to beg Buhari to say APC is in their mind.
Wow.
These are who they are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you very much. If you ask us questions here, we'll answer you directly and clearly. Ohaneze Ndiatoro is a collection of Awasa that is those that sabotaged Biafra. Those with Awasa Godfather. You see them sometimes, they don't stand anywhere. They blow hot and they blow cold. And then they had People's Club. And they called Oliver de Kokwe. Oliver de Kokwe said, people had to live life. There is a song immediately after the war, Nkosi Nwam. Do you remember that song? Do you remember that song? I'm too old. I'm old enough to remember it. Nkosi Nwam. I need that song if anybody can find it, please. You must be very old as I am to remember. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, please. What is your name and where are you calling from, please?
This is Chukwuma Nkoda. I'm calling from Boko, Benue State.
Boko, Benue State. Thank you very much. The world is listening. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I just want to commend you all you're doing for us, the Biafran, and also I want to contribute that if it is possible, let it be announced or any way it can be circulate the whole country, the whole country. Let Igbos, even we that are here, I am ready any day to go back to Biafra land. Just give us some time, let everybody go. Let it be announced. Because our people have closed their eyes, their ears, never to hear the truth. And also, sir, I will suggest that you also give Nigerians notice to go back to their place. Let everybody locate their place. There's no need of waiting again. Before our people, our fathers try to, with empty hands. Today, everybody can. In fact, what we need is just for you to tell us what we need now. Not to call and call and call. What do we need, sir? We are ready to do something, and everybody. So what we need is what you will tell us, sir.
And when the time comes, when we know that the education has saturated enough, when our people can obey simple command, when our people understand the essence and the meaning of Biafra, when we know within ourselves that the time is right, then we issue the instruction and people will follow. You see, if you go to school today, you start from nursery school. From nursery school, you go to primary school. From primary school, you go to secondary school. From secondary school, you go to university. Then you can either earn a professorship or whatever academic qualification you can. You become an expert in a field. You cannot become an expert in a field from nursery school. People underestimate the damage Awasa, Fulani, and Yoruba media have done to the psyche of our people. They have destroyed us completely. What Radio Biafra is doing is to counter what they are producing and to reverse the damage done to our brains by Awasa, Fulani, Yoruba media. In fact, complete hegemony. Because if they write about you, you're relevant. If they don't write about you, you are irrelevant. There are good people in our midst. There are there are old men who are good. We have old men in our land, decent, honorable men, but because they are truthful, nobody hears from them. Because Yoruba media, they only write about corrupt individuals who give them money. These men are honorable. They don't want to pay you for their views. Because of that, they just sit at home and do nothing. And we think they don't exist. Those you are hearing about are those who are criminally minded. So we know what we are doing. When the time comes, the command will be issued. But for now, we are still gathering, we are still assembling, we are still training, and we are still recruiting.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Will it be possible you register my name as one of the Biafra?
Yes, but first of all, you need to join the family meeting where you are. First of all,
I've tried all the inquiry line to know my coordinator this side and my people here, but I have never gotten the he's always busy or switched off.
Yes. What I'm going to do is, are you saying there is no family meeting where you are, or there is, you can't get to it?
I don't know whether there is something like that. I don't want, if I can be able to get the required land, they will tell me whether there is something like that. But as of now, I don't know. I'm not sure there is something like that here.
Okay.
It was Mozov in those days. It was because of the disappointment of the Mozov people that made me to withdraw from them, and I stay at home. Now, if there is any IPOB this side, I'm ready any day, anytime to join them.
Okay. What I will give you the inquiry line once again. Get your pen and your paper, or get another telephone to punch in these numbers I'm about to give you.
Okay. I'm with another phone now. So.
Okay. 090
090
907.
Come in here, please.
907
090 907.
Yes. 765
765
89. Yes.
Okay.
090-907-76589. Thank you very much for that, my dear brother. Thank you very much. Wherever you are, you have joined us this very evening. We have come to the end of this segment. We are going to come back to you in the morning. We are going to start slightly early at about 6 a.m. tomorrow. We will start. We'll still run our program for the usual 3 hours. 6 a.m. starts tomorrow morning. And this is Radio Biafra. We have come to you live because we believe in the truth. And because we believe in the truth, mathematically speaking, Biafra is next to godliness. Because our ancestors said, Eziokubundu. And if truth is life, and being truthful is the next you can get to Chukwu Abiyama, it therefore means that Biafra is equals to Chukwu Abiyama. It's a very simple mathematical equation. We are the only people in the world to insist that truth is life. And IPOB is a living example that being truthful pays more than lying. That is why to us, Biafra is our religion. Our religion, Kobo. Biafra is not just a country, it is a religion. That is why we need only hardcore and die hard. Here. We are not here to run a racketeering ring to use Biafra to serve the zoo called Nigeria, as Ifajuna is doing. The Ifajuna of our time. What we are doing here is to reaffirm, to reassert the certainty that is Biafra existed for 5,000 years before the very idiotic white man came to render asunder everything that held us together. Biafra is our religion indeed. Here is where we worship. On Radio Biafra. Because only him is worthy of praise. Only Chukwu Abiyama we worshiping. He will guide, bless, nurture, sustain, keep each and every one of you and your families. But more importantly, Chukwu Abiyama Okike will bless Biafra. Thank you for listening from me, from here, this evening, to all those of you who are good. Happy Kwanandiojo. I say good evening.
Biafra. have emerged strong.